it's a good time to start looking towards the future. Start looking at different players that can come up. Start looking at guys that can make an impact 5 or 6 years from now, maybe even later, maybe sooner. Who knows? Today, we're talking about a specific player from Russia who I think is going to make an impact for years to come. What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video on the Carolina Crazy X channel page. Today, now it is currently very late. This is being filmed after the San Jose Sharks game that we have won 3-1 off of a really impressive performance from Frederik Andersen. But what else is new? We talked about that in the last video in the 7 in a row, how good Freddie Andersen's doing. But we got a different style of video for you today. As you can see with the thumbnail and the background screen, today we are talking about a Hurricanes prospect by the name of Nikita Artamonov. Now, Nikita Artamonov, I believe, was drafted a few years ago to the Canes. And we got a specific request for this player from Eli. So shout out to Eli. Thank you for requesting this. And I've got a couple notes here. He's not too well of a known prospect. I mean, we have others like Scott Morrow and Alexander Nikishin that are far more known than he is. But he's still a really good prospect. So he's 5'11", 192 pounds, left-handed winger from Nizhny Russia. Yes, I did look that up to hopefully pronounce that correctly. Hopefully I didn't butcher that. He is still currently 19 years old. And from the reports I've seen, he has been described to be what I would say is your typical Rod the Bod Brendan Moore prospect. He reminds me almost of a way in Jordan Martinook in the way that people have talked about him, with the skill of a player like Marty Necas, who we had on the team for a long time, recently being traded. Very skilled 200-foot winger who has really good potential upside as a playmaker. Not that this team needs too many more playmakers right now, because I feel like we have more problems finishing the puck than, creating the plays for it. But there is definitely quite a bit of potential. Now, I will say, out of all the people we have, he's probably not super high up on our prospect list. I would say guys like Nadeau, Suzuki, Juha Jaska, even your Felix Ungersorum and some other guys might be a bit higher up on that list. Okay, so other pros, because there really aren't too many cons to this guy. He's said to have a really high motor, motivating his teammates, always making them better, similar to a leader like a Sebastian Aho for the team, or again for Marty Necas till about game 25 or so, give or take, in the regular season this year. The one downside, I mean, I wouldn't say this is a complete downside, but his shot is not 100% there. He's very much more of a playmaker than a shooter, which again lends itself to, as long as you have him on a sniper. Like, I imagine with the young guys coming in, there is a good chance that if he plays with Bradley Nadeau, this could be a really strong duo, because you have a guy who can get the puck around, make good plays with passes, set up quality goals, and then Nadeau can snipe them in because he has got a lethal shot. But we're going to cover that in another video. He'll need to be, like I said, he'll need to be on a line with some sort of sniper, but he's 19. I mean, you're hard pressed to find 19-year-olds not named like Celebrini, Bedard, or your 1 to 5 overall picks in the NHL draft that have good shots. Or not good, but great shots. And then the one silver lining to this guy that I found really intriguing, there are a lot of hockey leagues around the planet, and obviously the NHL is where all the best players play, but there is a considerable argument to be made that the KHL is the second best league in the entire world, because it's where retired NHL players would go, players that, lived in Russia that are not in the league, that are arguably the best non-league players in the world. Because you have your minor league systems and your farms and stuff, and then you have your other leagues, and you have your other countries' leagues. The KHL is a strong league. Multiple hockey players have gone to and from the KHL. Tony DeAngelo this season being a good example of that, who is translated over. Now he's probably the best offensive defenseman on the New York Islanders this season. And who would have thought that with Noah Dobson on the roster? So, and it's not like this guy's a pushover either. I mean, he's averaging about a half point per game in the KHL as a 19-year-old. Really impressive stuff. So overall, I say right now this is a grade that is very partial because, again, he is 19. I have not done a full ton of research. I gave the grade an overall grade of a B for his prospect grading. Now, this is taken into account, and based on what I've done so far, all other prospects. So you have much more NHL-ready prospects than Nikita Artamonov right now, but that's not to say that he won't be there. Give it a couple of years, and I bet he will be a very, very talented part of this forward core that is getting a little bit older that nobody's talking about. I mean, you have guys like Stahl, Martinuk, a few others on your lower lines. I mean, even Jankowski that we just picked up is still 30. So he'll be 33 by the time Artamonov starts playing. So there is definitely potential for this guy. Hope you guys enjoyed the talk on this. I'm going to look to do one of these prospect pool videos about once a week or so to go ahead and give us a good look at the future and for what can be coming up in the coming years after, some of our core players retire. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, stay crazy. Peace out.